give the best gift you can give to yourself for this Christmas, for this new year. And that is the gift of self-love, self-acceptance, self-reflection, self-discipline. Stop living life for everyone and everything else. Live your life for yourself. That is not selfish. It is selfish to not do it. When you live your life for yourself, everything and everyone else around you, it just falls into place. Hi everyone, Janna here. I hope you all are doing well. I know it's probably hustle and bustle of all the holidays and end of the year stuff. By the time this episode airs, it's probably the last Wednesday in December, more than likely. So, and knowing that, I thought I would wrap up the last episode for this particular year by talking about self-reflection. So, that's what people do at the end of the year, right? You start thinking about the new year and what you want to do different, what your goals are. So let's talk about self-reflection and the unveiling of it, right? It's the mirror of the mind, so to speak. So I talk about this in my book, which, by the way, January 11th, a few weeks from now, Unfuck Your Mind is going to be released. Can you believe that? Seriously, January 11th, 24. Just saying I have a book that's fixing to be released is absolutely mind-boggling to me. And I know I talk about it on every episode, but hey, it's been a labor of love. And I don't know who wouldn't be talking about that if they just wrote a book. It's not as easy as it sounds. So I am just so excited. So one of the many things I discuss in this book is reflection, self-reflection. And I thought, what better way to have, the last episode of the year be about self-reflection. That's what we all do at the end of the year, make those New Year's resolutions. Except what I would like to say is that I believe sometimes people make New Year's resolutions based on outward things, right? How things look. They want to feel better as far as like their weight loss, right? Better job, more money, and all of those things are nice, right? I mean, who doesn't want all that, right? But all of those things are really, really nice. But the kind of self-reflection that's really, really going to help you and be the foundation to everything else is working on who you are as a person, because that's the kind of self-reflection that is a lot of the times it's hard for people to do. It's hard to look in the mirror and really reflect on who you are as a person and where maybe you need to improve. And I'm not perfect by any means. So as I'm telling you this, please know that I do this. Whether I'm a mindset expert or not, I have a book coming out about the mind and I talk about it all the time. Don't think for 1 second that I am perfect in that way or think that I am. In fact, fuck perfection. There's no such thing. And imperfections to me, your imperfections, that's your signature footprint. Your imperfections are your gold. So, and I said gold, not gold. So please, please, please understand that and really set with your goals. And, it's funny because all of the superficial things that people want, and hey, look, trust me, I have superficial things I want too, but that's the word I'm using because that's how you describe it. Doesn't mean it's negative. Again, that's your mind. That's how your mind perceives it. All you got to do is just change how you think about it, right? People hear superficial and just assume it's fake, or people look down upon people who, care about their outward appearance. And absolutely, I don't think that's true. I think that's bullshit. I think superficial just means surface level, right? Trust me, I love my Botox as much as the next person. So I care about superficial things as well. But what I'm trying to get at is that if every year you have the same New Year's resolution, which, I know so many women, it's like, this is the year I'm going to lose the weight. And they are just like gung ho and they're just excited. And I'm thinking, how many years, how many months, how many attempts have you had at going at your weight loss goals, right? Um, and as a nutritionist, I'm not easy on my clients. The reason is because you need to be pushed. And if you get pushed out, well, then you weren't ready to begin with, anyways. But the reason is that I do that is because you need to know your why, right? Why is it that you're after the goal you're after? Why do you have the New Year's resolutions that you have? So if you're one of those people that you like to write things down, I want you to go and next to each one, put why. What is my reasoning for that? What am I going to get out of it? If you don't write your New Year's resolutions down, do this exercise for me, for yourself. Don't just think them, write them down. There's a lot of power in writing down your wants, your desires, your goals, your aspirations. Whether you're into manifesting or not, there's some power into it. It's more than just thinking it. It's more than just saying it. It's more than just praying about it. But the purpose of this exercise is because a lot of the times you find that you've had the same goals over and over again. So then have another column. How many times have I attempted this? How many years have I tried to achieve this? And then that right there allows you to do some self-reflection, because a lot of the times, if it's something you've been trying over and over again to do, to accomplish, a goal to reach, and you keep failing at it, I guarantee you it's because your reasons for it, your motivation for that is not one that is strong enough to withstand the discomfort and self-discipline to get to that goal. You don't have enough want after it. Therefore, you give up. For example, when I was so sick with Lyme disease, like incredibly sick, like didn't want to live anymore. When I had that pivotal moment of like, I can't do this anymore. I can't have this victim mindset anymore. Fuck all this negative. I don't care what people say. I believe I can get well. I believe I can fully eradicate this disease from my body. My why, my motivation for wanting to get well was so deep and so powerful that there wasn't one damn thing that stopped me from getting well. That motivation fueled my determination to go through the hell and the discomfort and the unknown and the scary shit I went through to get well, day in, day out. No overnight success bullshit. My reason for it wasn't because I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to get well. And hey guys, guess what? I got well. Absolutely not. It was that, what other choice do I have? I can't look at at the time, my two oldest kids were little, right? I didn't have my third kid yet. Broden wasn't born. But my two oldest kids, I looked at them and I thought, fuck this, man. Those kids deserve better than a mom like in this kind of situation like I am. Like, it's been over 2 years. I've lost time with them I can never get back. What good is happening for me sitting here with this victim negative mindset? Yeah, it sucks. Yeah, I didn't deserve it. Blah, blah, blah. Well, what the fuck am I going to do about it? So you need to make sure that as you self-reflect, and there's so much power in self-reflection. Self-reflection, by the way, is not being critical of yourself. It's not like, oh, I'm overweight. I'm not pretty enough. If I just would have been, that is not self-reflection. That's called being critical. It's complaining. It's a victim mindset. Woe is me. Self-reflection it takes vulnerability. Self-reflection is looking deep within at yourself, not just for the past year, but your whole life. Self-reflection is necessary in order to learn the lessons at hand, in order to grow, in order to see what it is that the universe has been trying to show you and teach you so you could improve and move on to the next level. Self-reflection, man, there's a lot of power in self-reflection. And so I want you to self-reflect. And as you do that, all the superficial, same old boring goals everybody has every year, those don't really appeal to you anymore. You realize you got a lot bigger things that need to be addressed, that need to be worked on. And when you go through that process of self-reflection and you actually like truly are vulnerable with yourself and not hard on yourself, but gentle with yourself and accepting and forgiving, that's when you're able to start the process of healing, the process of moving forward, the process of overcoming. And then the superficial goals, man, they're easy. Heck, you might even achieve them without even realizing you are. Because when the forefront of your mind is on what really, really matters, you're setting the foundation to everything else in life. Because your wants and desires change. They're not for the superficial reasons. You're not wanting something just because of how you think you should be, how you think you should look, what you think you should have, what other people might perceive or think. None of that matters anymore. You do things out of self-love. You do things because that's what you need. It's for you. It's not for anyone else. And as you do that, I promise you, you will be happier. You will feel so much better, more confident. And then your approach to all the other things you want in life that are considered superficial, it's you don't hold yourself back anymore. It's easy to go after them. Because a lot of the times the goals that we have, the things that we want, the superficial desires that we all get at the beginning of a new year, those are really just a way to fill voids, but you're filling those voids with quicksand. However, when you do the healing and you fill those voids and they no longer exist, you're able to achieve a lot of things in your life that have always been maybe difficult with ease. So give the best gift you can give to yourself for this Christmas, for this new year. And that is the gift of self-love, self-acceptance, self-reflection, self-discipline. Stop living life for everyone and everything else. Live your life for yourself. That is not selfish. It is selfish to not do it. When you live your life for yourself, everything and everyone else around you, it just falls into place. It allows everyone else to do the same. Sometimes we're micromanaging our kids' lives, our partners, our friends. We're too involved in a bunch of shit because we just want to busy ourselves and not focus on the things that really matter. No one else can do the inner work for you except you. No one else can make your dreams come true except you. And when you love yourself, then you don't look for love in the wrong places. Remember the episode that I had a few weeks ago? And if you did listen to that, you'll remember in the moment and was writing my book when this revelation I'm about to share with you hit me. And I realized, and I've never heard anyone say this before. And as it came out, I just got the goosebumps and I realized love is not blind. It is the lack of love for ourselves that makes us blind. Because when you love yourself, you don't look for love in all the wrong places. And when you love yourself, you are not blind to the red flags that you choose to overlook when you just need someone to love you because you don't love yourself enough. No one can love your own self like the way you do. And then it allows the right people and the right opportunity into your lives. And it allows others to love you unconditionally and know you for who you really are. And when you fully accept yourself, then you don't have anyone else in your life who is just with you just because. The right people fall off out of our lives very easily as you begin to get your power back. And when you accept your own self, when you love yourself, when you create your own happiness, you don't look for others for it. The right friendships, the right opportunities, all can come into your life, but you have to be ready for that. They're not going to come when you got a lot of work to do on yourself and you don't even love and accept yourself. And self-reflection is a huge part in making all of that happen. You know, for myself in my own journey, it was only when I did the self-reflection and I looked into that mirror and, you know, it wasn't easy to admit and see certain things about myself. But I tell you what, that was the moment I then could change them. I wouldn't have just written this book and be where I'm at today without going through that. it was just 14 months ago when I decided I don't want to be just a nutritionist. I got a lot more to share. I can feel it. I feel this burning desire in my gut. And it's not just like, oh yeah, well, everybody wants a podcast and everybody wants to write a book. No, no, no. I'm not that way. I've never been a follower. I've never wanted something just because someone else or everyone else has it. It was just this deep knowing that I had. And about 14 months ago, I just realized I'm ready to take a chance on myself. I'm tired of succumbing to fear. I'm tired of telling my own self, no, I need to get out of my own way. And I got one life to live. I don't want to look back and wish I would have. I want to be glad I did. I didn't know anyone at the time that I know now. I didn't have someone to hold my hand. I didn't have someone bring the connections. I didn't know shit about diddly squat. It was all in my heart and in between my ears. I just knew that I wanted it. And let me tell you something. When you go through the healing process, when you choose you, the universe rewards you. The universe answers. Now, it's easy to just say whatever, not true. I don't believe it. But that's exactly why you don't have it. Like, what are you scared of? Why don't you just go after it? Why don't you say yes and choose yourself? You can give all the excuses you want. They're not for me. Those are for you. They keep you in your safety box. Why don't you just say, fuck all that? What do you have to lose? And if you're worried about what others will think or it won't work or people making fun of you, well, then you're also succumbing to the fear. It's all up to you. I hope that you all have had a really good year. I know some of us have had some really painful things to go through, and maybe it wasn't your best year, but remember it's just a season. Nothing is permanent. Nothing. I was once sick with chronic Lyme and didn't have 1 second of reprieve 24/7 for over 2 years. So I promise you, it all passes. The storm passes, and it passes a lot faster when you say, hey, what is it you're trying to show me? What can I learn from this? You have to decide what you're more scared of. Are you more scared of trying? More scared of putting yourself out there? Or are you more scared of like not giving yourself the chance? Right? I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing to my podcast, for rating it, for listening to me, for sharing it, for leaving comments. It's really been a dream come true. I love it. I'm going to keep doing it. And this isn't just my last one. It's just the last one that's coming out for this year because it's the end of the year. So you'll, hear from me again in a week. But I just hope that you all have a really good last few days of this year. And I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And if you haven't yet, go to my website, revivedbyjanna.com, sign up for the book waiting list, get in touch with me on social media, primarily on Instagram, Revived by Janna. There's a Revive with Janna, but that's just my podcast episodes. All the good stuff's on Revived by Janna. And, if you're listening on YouTube, please actually subscribe and also rate to the podcast as well. So I can just keep growing it. And I love you all. Happy New Year.